Ladies and gentlemen, we are in beautiful Mallorca. I'm surrounded by 2 Roma fans, 1 Torino fan, and unfortunately a rat.
Oh, fuck it.
The Lazio fan. But yeah, transfer news today. Look at that, by the way. Because Roma is still in the search of finding a new striker, let's call it. We have a list. Scamacca is obviously on that list. And a new name is DAKA from Leicester, who got relegated. This deal could easily happen. So there's actually a quite easy deal to be completed. First reason obviously being that DAKA plays for a relegated side. And obviously the motivation falls Leicester or a relegated team. And the second reason is that Leicester have actually accepted a loan move, which is what Roma is dreaming about. All of these FFP sanctions don't really allow us to spend a limited amount of money. So some players have to be on permanent moves and some players have to be on loan moves. Roma's dream, let's call it a dream, an objective, a dream, is to have 2 strikers by the end of this transfer window. A striker which they're going to pay and a striker which they can get on a free/loan move. The dream is obviously to have both Scamacca and DAKA, which in these last couple of hours is growing a lot. The name DAKA is becoming way more popular because, as I just said, Leicester have accepted a loan move and his salary is within Roma's reach. He earns around 4.3 million, which is, according to Roma's budget, it's a perfect combination of money. So yeah, I think it's going to happen. Tiago Pinto was in London these days, is now moving to Milan to try and end a few more deals such as the Volpato and Missori deals. But he was in London a few days ago. He did not only meet with Lina Soloku, the CEO of Roma, but he also met, first of all, with these Leicester agents and DAKA's agents to try and finalize this deal, which, again, it's not at the end, but things are moving very fast because Leicester is successfully committed to all of the criteria Roma is asking for a striker. So I think, look, I have to be very honest with you. DAKA is a player which I've always liked since he was a Salzburg player, even when he was at Leicester. I think he's a great second striker. I have a few question marks on DAKA being our main striker. I would rather have Scamacca first, DAKA second, and Belotti third. I've said this many times. If we can present our squad next season with 3 strikers up front, that is massive squad depth. So yeah, I definitely think it's not a first striker pick, but I'd rather have another first striker than DAKA. I think DAKA proves goals, scores goals, but not as much as you would expect from a first striker. And obviously the second name is Scamacca, because Scamacca is always Roma's priority for the attack, bringing the Roma boy back home. But the competition is very high. Milan are heavily interested in him as well. And the competition is, we have to admit, very, very high. West Ham don't allow a loan move up to now, which is the reason why this deal kind of slowed down in these last couple of days. But Scamacca really wants the Roma move, and Tiago Pinto hopes to exploit this will of Scamacca going back home and wanting to play back for the team he loves, the team he grew up with, to try and end this deal. But to end the Scamacca deal, we have to convince West Ham to accept that loan. Yeah, Scamacca, DAKA, interesting players. If we can have them both, it's not my dream, it's Roma's dream, it's Mourinho's dream and Tiago Pinto's dream as well. It's going to be complicated, but I think now that we've slowly completed our defense, having bought Llorente, having almost bought Christensen, renewing Smalling's contract, buying Ndika, yeah, I mean, I think our defense is complete. Right back, we got a right back. We just need strikers, box-to-box midfielder, and while we're there on the transfer window, we also need a goalkeeper, in my opinion, if we have time. But yeah, I think, look, the fact that we haven't scored many goals last season is the reason why the best thing possible is to get 2 strikers from this transfer window. I know it's complicated. I know it would require financial effort. But if we can have 1 striker, which we pay for quite a lot of money for, and let that be our summer 2023 transfer window priority, and then buy a more cheap striker like Patson Daka, maybe get him on loan. I think that also succeeds our financial deeds. So again, Thiago Pinto is working to end these deals. Patson Daka will most probably be ended in these next couple of weeks. It hasn't been confirmed by Fabrizio or Gianluca Di Marzio, but some reliable sources are saying that Leicester have agreed to a loan move. And if that's the case, I only see this deal being completed very, very soon. Scamacca, I think, will take more time. But we shall wait and see. And then obviously, as I said before, we need a box-to-box mid. We need a box-to-box mid because if we have a box-to-box mid, I think we're complete in terms of squad. Look at that Lazio rat in the pool.
But Simon, have you considered also another defender? As last season, you have to admit, Chris Smalling, even as a Lazio fan, I can admit, Chris Smalling carried your season. He made sure that you didn't suffer all the goals that you should have suffered. Ibanez, he made his best.
Look at him celebrating for Ibanez's mistakes.
Best performance was in Europa League, where he literally put his heart on the line. But you need more.
Yeah, but we just got Llorente back from Leeds, so I don't
think he can perform.
And we just got Ndika too.
Both players who are coming from a relegation team. So it doesn't present itself as quality players.
No, Ndika's insane. Ndika's already better than Romagnoli and Casale combined.
That is insulting.
Shut up. You know Smalling and Ndika are better than Romagnoli and Casale.
That is insulting and you know it. Because it is not true.
It is.
Lazio has...
No, look, you have a great defense.
No.
And I will give credit to that.
Historically, Lazio are known for having a terrible defense, sorry. But because the previous season, we suffered 63 goals, which is terrible for any team that's vying for Europe, which is what Roma and Lazio are. We are teams that have to play in Europe every season, constantly, and try to get as far as possible.
And they got thrown out too.
In the league.
Yeah, no, look, you have a great defense, and I'll give credit to that.
And a very cheap one at.
But Smalling and Ndika, next to Mancini, who is literally the leader of the Ultras group.
He's the leader also of the most goals suffered in the...
Mancini eats Romagnoli up.
Sure, that was incredible. And he truly showed it in the...
I think both of us have great defenses. We can admit on that.
No, okay. This season you have to admit, Lazio have been the better team. Overall in the league.
Yeah, in the league, yeah.
Yes. In Europe, obviously, Roma got to the Europa League final. And there were some questionable calls from the referees.
Questionable calls. Anthony Taylor.
Last time a Roma team of the Roma team said something about the referees, they got a 4-match ban in Europe. So let's say questionable to stay on the safe side of UEFA.
But yeah, no, having said that, I think our defense is complete. I think the priorities right now, if I were Thiago Pinto, until the end of June, so we've got a few more days left, focus on selling players and get the 30 million done, that budget done by the 30th of June. So this week I would focus on selling Volpato, Missori, Carles Perez, and all of these little deals which can monetize quite a lot. And then from July until the start of the season, focus on building a good team. And that means getting 2 strikers, getting a box-to-box mid, getting a right back, which we almost got, and potentially left back if we sacrifice Spinazzola. And while we're there, also a goalkeeper. And that, in my opinion, is Roma's transfer window. But yeah, look, it's over from me and the rat. We're enjoying life in Mallorca. Look at this place. It is absolutely insane. I'm going to film a few more of these transfer videos this week. Maybe even next to the sea. So we can combine some travel and football together. If you aren't already, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, Lazio merda, Forza Roma.
Forza Lazio!
Simo out.